Hi, Cola. Good evening. Good evening, Celine. I see Misha. I see some of my usuals. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good to see y'all. Good evening, Smaniak, Davis, Leah. Good to see everyone coming in. Let's go. Let's see what we have going on tonight. Good evening. Thank you, Misha, for those hearts. I see Montre is live. Ah, I feel honored. Integrity Force, God bless you. He is a wonder. Lady Latanya. Good evening, JLK. Good evening. I see my regulars, my family tonight. Facebook, y'all coming in strong. Jerry, we're still coming in from the book that's going to be on the screen in a couple seconds, Self Matters. If you're new with us, it's the book that's on the screen right now, Self Matters. It's coming, Facebook. And I want you to go ahead and tag your followers, the friends, the people that follow you. Go ahead and tag them and let them know that we're up here. We're making things happen tonight. Send them a watch party. Tell them to come on and watch with us. Hello, Elia or Elia. I always want to get your name different every time. Crystal Green, Okita, Rosalind. Welcome on YouTube. Welcome on Periscope. We've got a good crowd coming up tonight. Strength 531. I know that's right. Anna. T. Daly. Lady Latanya says she's ready. All right. Facebook is coming up strong as usual. Hi, Tracy Keys. It's coming. Hello, Gwen Tucker. Good evening. Good evening. Awesome. We're going to get to work this evening. I had a chance today to do a lot of reading. And man, I tell you that I am psyched. The upcoming chapters, if we thought that we were doing work already, we really haven't been doing anything at all, because we're coming up upon a lotus test. Lotus. And it's our lotus control. And we are really going to go in deep then. We are going in deep then. Just hold on, Facebook. They're having technical difficulties already, but that's all right. Come on, no video interruptions. We're not buying that. Let's go. We're not going for it tonight. You got the wrong church online. And I'm on the best network right now, so we are not accepting this. Yeah, it's catching up. There we go. I think you're moving now. Are we in? Now it's interrupted again. I may have to log in again because Facebook is having some technical difficulties. And I was in here since 8 o'clock getting this all worked out. Well, how's everyone else doing on this snowy day? What did you do? Did you miss it? Oh, I always say it right. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you on YouTube. Yeah, they're getting there. There's some problems on Facebook. I don't know what it is. But I had to log out and go back in. So hopefully they can catch it again. I'm giving y'all time, Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube. We're here. We're going to keep going until they get on with us. All right. All right. I see Shamaniak is coming on. Who else is here? Come on, let's go. We're here, guys. Good evening. Priscilla's on. All right, let's go. Let's go. We've got it. I figured with this weather there'd be some kind of problem with Frontier's cable and internet. Good. Welcome back, D. Davis. Let it rise, Joycey. Robin Daniels. Good. Much better, Jackie Minion. Awesome. We're back in the house. Yeah. Not going to stop us. Are you crazy? You're messing with the wrong group. You're looking to stop someone. Let me get this a little platform for y'all. All right. All right. Let's go. I think we're good. We're coming in again, y'all. Up to 22. Lost a little bit, but they will catch up. YouTube looks good. Periscope, they can't keep this snow, Apostle. I know that's right. That is right. Speak it. All right. Facebook is coming up. Good evening. Welcome back. Welcome back on. I knew Frontier was going to have a problem with this weather. You know how they do. Get y'all out of my teeth. There we go. Lift you up and scan you over. All right, a little bit better. Y'all was all in my teeth on Facebook. Where's Biggs? I got something for Biggs. Oh, no, Biggs is on Periscope, so I can't show him what I got for him. I got something for Biggs, but he's going to have to get on this screen. And this screen is Facebook. So I'll have to figure out how to get it so I can show off to Biggs. He be talking some junk about me, and I want to get him back. I think I can do it on here. But I don't think Biggs is on yet. Was no joke in Vermont. Well, I hope it was good. I hope it was to the glory of God. I hope it was good. That y'all pursued the purpose and you made it happen. That's what counts. That's what counts. Leaders don't come packed with excuses. Leaders are in charge of making it happen. That's why God equipped you with leadership. That's why God equipped you with leadership. Because you are the movers and the shakers. We are better than the mailman. Come rain, nor sleet, nor snow is going to stop a great leader from what they are called to do. That's what leadership does. And that's why we're on here together tonight. So welcome. Everybody looking good. Our hearts and minds look clear. Looks like we could Biggs. All right, I got something for you. Hold on. It's giving me a little problem uploading. But I got something for you. Yes, I do. And I wish I could line it up a little bit better, but I'm going to learn it in the next couple of nights. All right, Biggs. See if you can see it on your screen. I'm not sure which one is going to show up on. I'm not sure. Maybe, oh yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a delay, but I got something for you, Biggs. Then we'll go ahead and shake up these names for the rest of us while I give Biggs something that go bam on him. Anna, do you see that pretty little angel on the shelf? Welcome, Mima. Ooh, I grabbed 2 tonight. I grabbed 2 tonight. Should I work with 2 people tonight or should I just do 1? Y'all tell me. Should I keep 2 or put 1 back? Tell me what y'all want. Come on. Do we work with 2 or do I put 1 back? Y'all tell me what's up. I'm going to sip my chai latte tea. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, Biggs, do you see it? Do you see it? It might be in your right top corner. I'm trying to figure out how to get that as my backdrop, just so I could Biggs you. Do you see it? I found a nice picture on Instagram today of a bookcase nicely organized the way I would love for mine to look. So I said, I'm going to get this thing set up. So when I come on tonight, this is going to be in my backdrop. And everybody's like, oh, Apostle got an organizer. Her bookshelf looks so nice. And I'm going to say, bam, Biggs, got you. Yes, Anna. Beautiful. This is from Anna. She got me this beautiful angel here. So much love from the people that you're able to help out in their lives. See if I can show y'all the angel. This thing is beautiful. You would not believe how detailed and beautiful this angel is. Show y'all over here. This is from Anna. Look how beautiful this is. And look at the detail. So heavy. Amazing. So let the haters hate. We're covered. Isn't that nice? That's from my Anna. These are some of the things I have on my shelf. And then over here, I have on my shelf, this is from Maria, who sees a lot of the great suffering that we endure. And it says, first I drink the coffee, then I save the lives. This is the coffee mug, y'all. Look at the size of it. Let me get in this camera. This is the coffee mug. So you know what that says? I'm never going to be drunk. Finished drinking this thing, so saving lives is going to be out of my question. Let me show y'all up here. First I drink the coffee, then I save the life. That's from Maria. How cute. So I try to use and display everything that I get, but it's hard because sometimes people want to get me so many things from my house. My house could end up looking like a Jesus museum, and that's not really where I am. What is going on here? Is there an angel in here? Now I have 4 on my desk. Who did this? Who did this? Somebody said, work 2, Apostle. Keep 2. 2, 2, 2. Work 2. You like that bookshelf too? All right, Biggs. We're going to get us our stuff organized. All right. Everybody's saying 2 over here on Periscope. I mean, where is this? On Periscope. Yeah, everybody's saying 2. But now somehow I ended up with 4. I wonder if some of these are used names. Y'all think I should go with 4? Can I afford 4? Where am I? Where do people go all that? Can I afford 4? We was laughing. Can I afford to do 4? Come on, talk to me. That's a good size mug. It absolutely is. 2? All right. We're going to go with it then. Oh, I love that. Come on. I need a cup like that. Yep, and I got a nice little one right now. Yes, I do. Drinking my chai latte tea. Look what I put in it. Did I lose it? Look what I put in it. Nice cinnamon stick, because I don't know what's been going on, but every day this winter I take an Airborne. It's a vitamin C tab, you know, Airborne in the pharmacies, and it's a chewable. I take it every single day because I am determined not to be sick this winter, not to have the flu. So I have this very good chai latte tea. It comes in the Keurig. It's excellent. When I can't find it, I go online searching for this stuff, and I throw a cinnamon stick in here. I take my time sipping it. And let the cinnamon do what it does. All right, guys, we got to get to work. We have a lot to do. We wasted 20 minutes just showing love to one another. So I guess that's a very good waste, right? If it has to fall under waste. So I have 4. Am I going with 4 or am I putting 2 back? Come on, speak. Am I going with 4? Go for it. Am I going for 4 or am I going to go with 2? What we going to do? I see one person saying it. Latanya says do the 4. Do the 4. Come on, what y'all saying to me tonight? Speak or forever hold your peace. I'm going to try that. Do 4, says Minister Jerry. Cinnamon is good for you. Yep, you brought them out. So I guess she's trying to tell me if I couldn't cash that check, then I shouldn't have put that bill out there, huh? All right, let's go. We're going to open 4. 4 of them tonight. I don't know. Y'all may have to wait for your gifts in the mail. I don't know. Till my federal funded money comes through. First winner, Angela Copeland. Angela Copeland, you are the winner tonight. If you are on either broadcast, please give a shout out right now and say, I'm the winner. I'm the winner. Are you on tonight? Where are you, Angela Copeland? Charles Beal says 4. Bless you, my brother. 4. All right. So 4 it is. First one is Angela Copeland. Are you on tonight? If you're not on here tonight, and then we may have to move on without you because everybody's snowed in. What you doing that you couldn't get on here with us tonight? I'm sure it's not authentically adding to your life. All right, Angela Copeland, I need to hear from you tonight because we grabbed 4, so we need the people who are hot on the press tonight. I don't see her on YouTube. I don't see her on Periscope. And there's no shout outs here on Facebook. So the next one, Yvonne Bowen, which I think she may have already been given one already. But Yvonne Bowen, you're the next winner. If you're on here tonight, come on, let me know. I's the winner. Let me know that you won. Let me know that you won, please. Come on, let's move it. I don't see her on Facebook either. I don't see her on Periscope, and she usually is on Periscope. She's been very faithful. And I don't see her on YouTube. So we're going to keep it moving. Let's go. The next winner is Nina Domina. Nina Domina. Are you on here tonight? Nina Domina. If you guys aren't on tonight, we're going to move on without you. You opened up 4 spaces for somebody else to enter their name in here twice. Nina Domina. If you know these people, let them know. All right, last one, number 4, and the winner is Ebony Rose. Ebony Rose, and she said clearly she wants a journal. Ebony Rose is our last and 4th winner on tonight. I hope that you're online tonight because we're doing some things and we really need y'all here. Yes, that's right, Cindy. Put their names up. They won, they won, they won. Interesting. All right, those are the winners tonight. Let me mark them so I know. Let me handle my business. Handle my business, and man, we have some work to do. I was able to get much reading done today. Let me tell you, today was the longest day on earth for me. It was boring to me. The only thing I did enjoy about it is that I was able to get a lot of reading done. But I don't know how people live life without good church. I'm not going to say church, but I don't know how people live their life without good church because it was boring today. I needed the fellowship with the saints. I needed, some good praise. I needed some good worship and the word. And yes, you can do all that home, but it is really something to assembling yourselves together with like believers. Something powerful in it. So I missed everyone today, and I certainly missed the move that we get when we come together. You're letting her know now. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Awesome. They're letting folks know. All right. Deep, deep stuff. I went ahead and was reading, and I'm telling you guys, wow, we have some good, interesting stuff coming up. We're going to dig so deep, and we're going to get all that gunk out that's in the bottom of your gas tank, causing your injectors in your soul to not operate and function correctly because we have so much gunk in the bottom. You ever heard about that? I know it was big with some of the older model cars that when you put bad gas in your car or water gets in your tank or anything like that, that it begins to form gunk in the bottom of your tank. And sometimes they tell you to put these gas preservatives in the car because they don't want that gunk, if you will, to come up through the gas tank and begin to take part in the systems that causes your car to take you from here to there, your mode of transportation. So what we're doing is we're going in and we're getting a gunk out so that we are able to move and do the things that we need to do. Angela Copeland, she's on. Awesome. They went and hollered you out. She wants the purple journal. I hope there's some of those left too. Purple journal. We will be in touch with you, and we'll see that you can get what it is that you need. Yep, build up in the gas tank. That's what we're going after. All right. So what we're dealing with right now is 7 critical choices. I have a beautiful jingle someone sent in to me. I'm going to play it. When y'all send me in jingles, singing, anything to do to stimulate the assignments and the assessments that we have to do, I'm going to go on here and play them unless you ask me not to. So someone sent me a beautiful jingle in, and I'm going to upload it on this application tomorrow for the camera, and I'm going to have it play tomorrow. But it's a good jingle, and she did it to a nice Christian song that's out, but she made the words to that song. So we're dealing with our 10 defining moments, 7 critical choices, 5 pivotal people, and an audience of 1. And tonight we are up to 7 critical choices. When we're dealing with the 7 critical choices, we cannot leave out the motivating factors behind our choices. There's normally probably as high as 99.9% chance that in every choice that you've made, especially dealing with the 7 critical choices that you've made over your lifetime, there were some motivating factors behind the choice you made. Why did you say yes to this one? Why did you say no to that one? Why did you decide to go here? Why did you decide not to reapply here? Why did you drop this? And why did you assume that? There are motivating factors as to why you made the critical choices that you made in life. So the critical choices, I believe we learned last night, are 7 altogether. And we last night handled survival, security, love, and self-esteem. Survival, security, love, and self-esteem. All got me jacked up. All of them. Because survival, I found that a lot of decisions that I made in my life was based on my need to survive. I was young, didn't have a steady flow of income, didn't have really any maternal or paternal support because my parents were dead before I was, I think, 21 or 23. So everything was about survival. And it's funny because one of my mentors had told me a while ago, you see, sometimes when people tell you things about yourself and you can't connect the dots, give it time, because it's something that they see through vision, or something that they see afar off, or something that they see that you're just not able to see yet. One of my mentors told me, if I was ever stuck on an island with all of these great apostles here, I would choose to be stuck on the island with you, because you have a survivor's mentality. You are going to get us off that island. I would be stuck with anyone in this room, and I've got some PhDs, double PhDs, some masters. I've got some famous people, some people who have, opened the doors to technology, and opened the doors to mastery level of education, and opened the doors to fame and popularity, opened the doors to wealth. But if there's anyone that I had to be stuck with on an island, it would be you, or stuck anywhere, because you, my dear, have a gift to survive, and we will definitely survive that island. And I took it as a compliment, but I also knew it was something rooted, packaged in that comment that you gave me. Why? Because that's what mentors do. That's why I love having mentors. I love having coaches. You should not want one for free, because you don't want them to feel as though they have to be your friend. And then when people do things for free, they can give you the type of service that their emotions allow them to give you. When you have a covenant contract on the line, I'm paying you to be brutally honest with me, and I know that if you're not saying this because you're jealous of me, or because you don't care for me, you are entitled by contract to tell me the truth. Never, ever, ever be so cheap to yourself that you don't hire a coach or a mentor, especially when you know that you are ready to evolve and take something great on in your life, something that needs more than just you. You need a backup. You need an advisory of counsel, not a board per se. You may need a board, but what you need is a backup for emotional endurance, emotional intelligence, people to critique you with the business critique and not the critique that a friend, a mother, or a sister would give you. And I never got it until I had taken this motivating factors behind my most critical choices in life. Did I get it last night? Why she said that I had a survivor's mindset. She also spoke at another time, not to me, but at a conference we were all in and she was teaching. She said the one thing about being in the survival mindset is that survivors also never get off the island, because their mindset is to survive, 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 survive. They don't allow themselves the expression, the creativity, or the freedom to get off the island. It's almost like fight, 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 fight. Not fight or flight, just fight, 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 fight. That I'm just going to survive, 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 survive. Because that's all I've known. And I was able to connect the dots, as this chapter is about last night, and connect the dots down my life chain to find out where I came about with this survival mentality and why so many of my decisions were plainly out of survival. Not too many that I make out of love, not too many that I make out of my self-esteem, maybe a little of my self-esteem, maybe the fear side of it. But as the author has been teaching us, the number one motivating factor behind most of our choices is the need or the fear of not surviving. Isn't that deep? So it blew my mind last night. Yesterday was rough. I made a comment on Twitter and I made a comment on Facebook, I believe, that I was struggling last night. And I came up with a few. I have more than 7. And he mentioned some may have 7, some may have 20, and some may have more than that. I don't have my little cue card in here at the moment. But I ended up with 9 on last night. And I know there's more, because I don't think any of those 9 included anything in the last 10 years of my life. And I've had to make choices in the last 10 years. Why? Why? What did we learn on last night? Because life demands choices. I made a choice to get out of the bed today. I made a choice not to watch TV today. I made a choice to read 2 chapters ahead today. I made a choice to do my self-concept, my authenticity work, my Lotus questionnaire. I made choices. I made a choice to put the book down and to take a nap because I knew I needed the sleep. So, there's those choices made already today, and it is deep. And so I want to get off the island. I don't want to keep making decisions in my life out of a motivating factor being survival. I am a survivor. God has made me a survivor. And now where I want to be is that my complete faith and trust is in him, even more than I even realized. See, I'm not afraid to be transparent on here. A lot of people want to look like big shots and as if, they've already arrived. And if we've already arrived, we'd probably be on the other side of earth at this point. So I like going through sessions and sharing testimonies and comments and transparency. And sometimes it costs, absolutely. But I don't see anyone else's life any less costly with hits or gossip or rumors or lies than mine because of other things that are going on in their life. So I'm not going to live a life in fear of what people think of me. Most judgments that people made are made by those who don't love me. And you already know how I feel about judgments. If you don't love me, you can't judge me. I don't receive your judgment. There's 2 judgments that make the difference. The divine judgment that comes from God and the judgment of the law of the land that God has put in place, which I receive as God's love. That chastisement of the judge and the police, even though, it hurts and I get caught when I'm doing wrong, it is still passed down from my divine judge, which is God himself, because he told us in the word to obey the laws of the land. Those are the judgments that they don't always feel good, but those are the judgments in the earth. The rest of these people's opinions and judgments are foolish. Their lives is just as jacked up, and we get on Facebook. We want to act like we got it all together until the media puts out the truth that's been going on in our life. Great evangelicals on Facebook, but they having affairs, they're cheating, they down low, they got all kind of stuff going on. And not in a judgment, but in a random picture to tell us all, loosen up a little bit, because we all have stuff that we should be able to be honest about that we're working out. And maybe not in a big platform like this, but why hide it? I mean, I think people think worse of me than my stuff really is. So I got a heads up on that one. All right. So 7 critical choices and the motivating factors behind them. Tonight we're starting with self-expression. Self-expression. Sooner or later, if we feel that our more fundamental needs have been met, we begin to start making choices based on the need to express the gifts that are uniquely ours. You heard what he said? Sooner or later, if we feel that our more fundamental needs of survival, security, love, and self-esteem have already been met, then we can move on to this. If we feel that our life is safe, our acceptances are secure, and we have the confidence of good self-acceptance and worth, we turn to more esoteric needs. We feel the urge to make our mark on the world. We may feel that we have to teach, train, design, or create. We may feel the need to write or draw or paint. We may feel we have to have children or travel the world to express ourselves. We make the choice to go into our own business rather than being just a number in the mega corporation, driven by the need to be who we uniquely are. We choose to be in the country with nature or in the city, shaken and baking in the business world. This need is so great in many people that they will renounce everything that is familiar and predictable, their jobs, their position in society, even their families, to write their novel or become an actor. The need for self-expression can be an enormous drive from within, prompting choices that often puzzle friends and family. Self-expression. We are on page 134. Self-expression. And I believe that's probably where I am now. I'm still working on the survival, but I also understand that I have moved to the point now where I'm in self-expression. Wow. I have been a survivor. Me too. Survival, security, love, and self-esteem. Congrats to the winners. I just want to keep up with y'all comments on here before we start digging in. Life demands choices. All right, awesome. Good. We're going to keep going. Page 134. Very good. Self-expression. We're driven by the need to be who we uniquely are. We choose to be in the country with nature or in the city, shaken and baking in the business world. This need is so great in many people that they will renounce everything that is familiar and predictable, including their jobs, their position in society, even their families. To write their novel or become an actor, the need for self-expression can be an enormous drive from within, prompting choices that often puzzle our families. The next one is intellectual fulfillment. Intellectual fulfillment. We're discussing the motivating factors behind your and mine 7 critical choices that we've made in life. Choices in this area of intellectual fulfillment are driven by the desire for answers to the acquiring of knowledge, both general and specific, and the pursuit of answers to profound questions. As with the other needs in the hierarchy, once this level of functioning is met, it can become powerfully consuming. We've seen that. The search for an answer can consume some people, and all of their choices can be driven accordingly. Once other needs are met, some just take a totally cerebral approach to life, and their choices show it. When such is the case, choices are often one-dimensional in the pursuit for intellectual fulfillment. And I've seen a lot of people, unfortunately, get into a lot of trouble spiritually and mentally pursuing intellectual fulfillment without a balance of thought. I'm going to leave that right there. Some of y'all saying, wow, yes, so you already know about this as well. The next one, spiritual fulfillment. Spiritual fulfillment. Choices here are guided by a vision or goal beyond personal interest. That's something that some of us could even say when people question us about, why do you do this so much? Why are you always in the church or always ministering or always doing this? Because my choices are now guided by a vision or goal beyond personal interest. Boom, that puts the kibosh on it. Many regard this level of functioning as being highly actualized because it transcends everyday life, as you may make choices that are designed to deal with someone or something you perceive as greater than yourself. You make choices that reflect that you realize that material and ego needs are often transient and may only be momentary. You order your decisions so that your spiritual needs, while difficult to measure by objective means, are focused upon. It shouldn't be hard to understand why these choices are often not the focus of your life if you are dealing with more immediate needs such as survival. You see how things could clash? Remember I talked that if we don't have this stability in our soul, it will reflect our belief in a higher God. It will reflect our belief in our relationship to the Holy Spirit and Jesus Christ. It will affect our how often we doubt, how often we fall, how often we backslide. When you have these other things going on in your soul, wait till we get to the lotus. Oh my God, it's going to open up so wide. Wow, so many people struggle with the relationship with the Holy Spirit. And it's because we have these issues in our soul. So for the survivor, it's hard for them to be codependent of the Holy Spirit because they're still dependent of the Holy Spirit. You have a survivor's mindset. So you are more prone to looking for things that you can see, touch, feel, and smell now because you are used to surviving. You have a dependent mindset. But God needs us to be co-dependent with him, co-laborers, co-partners with him. That's where codependent is necessary, and it's functional, and it's purposeful, and it's full of passion when you can become co with God. But if you have a survivor's mindset, if you have this place that of loss, that if I don't do it myself, if I don't save myself, if I don't look out for myself, you have this independent mindset is what I'm saying. You're going to struggle with surrendering. And that's what the ministry of the gospel is, to surrender to the Holy Spirit. Your will, your life, your culture, your gender, you're surrendering this and you're becoming co-dependent with the Holy Spirit. But when you struggle with this, it shouldn't be hard to understand why these choices are not often the focus of your life if you are dealing with more immediate needs such as survival. So it's hard for someone to focus on spiritual fulfillment when you're still stuck at surviving. Or when you're still stuck at, you need security and God is not here and I need to talk to someone. I need to feel someone. I need to be counseled by a man. I need to sit and be taught by a woman. We have all these securities things, these things that make us feel safe because we're still moving in the natural and not the supernatural. Facebook looks like it's having problems on my side. I hope y'all get it all right. Let's keep going. It is sometimes difficult to invest in the spiritual pursuits when your energies are absorbed in feeding or protecting yourself or your children. Did you hear that? That's for the survivor. That's for the survivor. And I think that's very deep. Hang on, y'all. Trying to work with these groups out here again. And nothing seems open, so I don't know what the problem is. Y'all all right, Facebook? Y'all had to sign in again? Okay, y'all hearing me? Good. So we're talking about when our soul has an issue and needs to be in survival mode. Or security mode, or everything has to be built around our self-esteem, or we're not able to fall in love with Jesus or the Holy Spirit because we do not have a self-concept that believe we were ever loved. So we're in pursuit of the love of a human instead of receiving love from our Creator, our God, our Maker, our Lord, our Abba, our Father. You understand? All right, come on, let's go on. So I'm going to read this line again. It shouldn't be hard to understand why these choices are often not the focus of your life if you are dealing with more immediate needs, such as survival. It is sometimes difficult to invest in spiritual pursuits when your energies are absorbed in surviving, such as feeding or protecting yourself or your children. I'm not saying that it's right or that it is a universal cross culturally. I'm just saying that it is. Those with deep religious convictions would disagree with this pursuit being only at the top of the hierarchy. My response is that those with a deep spiritual focus in the absence of well-met needs at other levels have transcended the worldly measure of whether those needs are met or not, and are in fact evolved in their choice making. Let me move on. I can't do that one tonight with Dr. Phil. Those are categories of needs that may have been at work in your 7 critical life choices. As you seek to identify your 7 critical choices, I trust that these motivations will help you point out to what were your most significant choices, as well as why you made the choices you made. Those were so deep. Those were so deep. All of them were so deep. Let me see some comments before I move on. Let me see some comments out here. How y'all doing? Intellectual fulfillment. All right. I hope everybody's doing all right out here. The screens are looking a little crazy. One of my decisions are in self-expression, art, family, and writing. Life demands choices. Very good. All right. You all got it. So let's move on. 135, the role of choice. 135, the role of choice. We don't begin life with the privilege and responsibility of making choices for ourselves. We know that. Typically, we don't even begin to differentiate ourselves from other living forms until the age of 2. Your dependence on your parents or other adult authorities means that during your crucial years of growth and learning, they were the people who made your choices for you. Questions about what to eat, what to wear, what your living environment would be like, and what schools you'd attend were probably answered with little or no input from you. The adults in your life worked these things out, and they did so either with your interest in mind or not. They may have heavily influenced your choice of friends and your ultimate choice of career. In fact, if you had agreed to all the wants they wanted for you, you might still be busy helping them implement a long program of deciding the rest of your life. Too often, parents forget that one of the most important aspects of growing up is learning how to make choices for ourselves. Oh man, this brings up a big conversation that I'm not going to go into today. But it's parents who take the choices from their children even young, even allowing them to decide what they want to wear. And then if it's something that's inappropriate, helping them work through choices and why this might not be a good thing, whether they can go out and play or not. Or, we wonder why we make rebellious children. I'm going to leave it at that because I can't go on that rant tonight. Too often, parents forget that one of the most important aspects of our growing up is learning how to make choices for ourselves. It is a skill to be learned and one that is exercised with confidence when the authentic self is the platform from which one makes these choices. What rules or guidelines did you learn as a child that equipped you to make good decisions? You didn't, because everybody else had to make decisions for you. And when you got older, you don't know how to make decisions. You're afraid to make decisions. You've seen some of the worst consequences by people who are in the position to make choices and decisions, and you want nothing to do with it. So you sit again on the bleachers of your life. You pass by your life on the other street, working your way around it as a passive person because you were not built up in confidence to make decisions and choices that you should have been able to do. Here's a typical story he's going to share with us. Tragically, some people never learn these skills at all because they live with the fear and doubt of a fictional self that operates without substantive connection to you and your strength. Helen's story is typical of the American experience of growing up, even if the details are unique to her. Helen and her brother Robbie, 10 years younger, were raised by two very ambitious parents. When I say they were ambitious, I mean that like a lot of parents, they loaded up their children with ambitions they themselves could not fulfill. I don't recall what particular glory Robbie was supposed to achieve, but Helen was destined to be a major Hollywood star. According to her mother. When Helen was still a toddler, her mother would re-wash and iron Helen's clothes during Helen's naps, I suppose, so that she would be presentable if a big-time movie director happened to stop by that afternoon. There were speech lessons on Mondays and Wednesdays, singing lessons on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and either gymnastics, ballet, or tap the rest of the week. As her high school years progressed, Helen would regularly miss important assignments and tests because, in her mother's words, she's number one on the list for a part on that new TV sitcom. You know, and they were flying out to California for yet another audition. The bottom line was that her parents had determined all of Helen's choices by the time Helen was 10 minutes old. You might guess the rest of the story. Mothers do not always count on their daughters changing the script, but they do. Although Helen landed a few parts here and there and got some nibbles from some celebrated names in the movie industry, she was sick of the movie business. She was sick of the movie business. Hang on, guys. My screen changed on me. One more. Okay, here we go. She landed a few bits here and there and got some nibbles from some celebrated names in the movie industry, but she was sick of the whole business, both emotionally and physically, by the age of 11. It was as if her soul and body could no longer endure the struggle to live a fictional life. Her authentic self cried out for release. But who was Helen really? She could not allow herself to rebel against her mother openly. Remember the list of needs that we discussed at the beginning of this chapter. An outright revolt would have jeopardized Helen's need for survival, security, and love. Come on, are y'all there? I'm trying to see if there's any comments here because this right here, it's got to be speaking. You see those parents who make those children be those dance stars, and you know their whole life is built around sports and dancing and gymnastics and singing and all these things that no one ever took the time to consider the child. Is this something you want to pursue? And parents actually, I mean, even these new YouTubers, these parents actually get off their job to make sure that these children are able to pursue what they themselves could not pursue, but want to live out vicariously through their children. I got to keep going, but this is good. I don't see y'all commenting. Maybe y'all crying. Maybe you were forced to do something you didn't want to do early on and completely lost yourself. At about the time Helen's mother knew that she had lost control of her daughter's life, the drug habit began to take its toll. In other words, now there was nobody in charge. Her mother could not run her life, but neither could Helen. Helen couldn't even make a decision. Helen was never taught to make a decision. She was never given the permission to make the decision. She was never given security to know that she was the one that would be eventually in charge of her life one day and would have to begin making these same decisions for her life that her mom was making. So she was never taught how to leave the nest and how to fly, how to fail, and to get back up again. Her mother could not run her life, but at this point, neither could Helen. Helen was in no shape to take over at that point. She had never known the power, I've underlined this, y'all. She has never known the power of making her own choices, and so she did not understand the consequences. So began years of being dependent on drugs to resolve her lack of self-esteem and her ignorance about how to make choices. Oh boy, this is getting in there. Y'all giving me anything? I struggled trying to make mommy proud. All right. How y'all doing over here? Are y'all up on Periscope? Look like y'all got some issues. Come on, I'm checking on y'all on Periscope. Y'all good? Gotta keep up with y'all. Let's go. I gotta keep going. So began years of being dependent on drugs to resolve her lack of esteem and her ignorance about how to make choices consistently. Consistently, the choices that Helen made from this point on were destructive ones. She never learned better. She died at the age of 29, still not knowing her own will. Sadly, letting others make our choices for us is a growth industry. The prospect of making a wrong choice can be so tough for some people, so frightening, that they will yield to other people their power to choose. You should write that on the top of one of the pages in your journal. The power to choose. Am I using the power to choose? Or am I giving my power over or passively sitting by, letting life just happen because Jesus took the wheel, or because he knows the beginning from the end anyway, or because things are going to work out the way they're going to work out. It is what it is. You know, those things that just don't work for us. Wait till we get again to the lotus control. We're going to find out how wrong we have been about so many things in our life, but also how to get them right. Okay. All right. I guess y'all are right up there. We are good. All right. Thank you. Life cut short. And imagine a life cut short and you still not knowing what or who it is you were supposed to be or do. She had never known the power of making her own choices, and she did not understand the consequences. Can you imagine how set up she was here, though? Think about it. We're talking about one side of her where she didn't learn choices and consequences. But what about the side of her that maybe felt, because she's now 29 and she never evolved as an actress, how disappointed she may have made her mother? And she needed the drugs to cope with the pain of an instilled nature. God has instilled in us a desire to please our parents, even when they're unknown, even when they've been abusive to us. There's an instilled desire to always please our mom and our dad, always. So can you imagine the disappointment that she's had to live with, that she never became successful at the one thing maybe her mom wanted her to be or invested in her to be? So she began years of being dependent on drugs to resolve her lack of self-esteem and her ignorance about how to make choices. Consistently, the choices that Helen made from this point on were destructive ones. She never learned better. She died at the age of 29, still not knowing her own will. Sadly, letting others make our choices for us is a growth industry. The prospect of making a wrong choice can be so tough for some people, so frightening, that they will yield to other people their power to choose, or not realizing not choosing is a choice. They will sit idly by. There are plenty of people like Helen who, rather than turning to drugs as she did, forfeit their power to a gang or religious cult where all decisions are dictated by a single leader. Now we know the secret behind that. What was in the choice of you joining a cult? Because you need to be in an environment where choices are made for you, because you were never taught how to make choices in your life. How can you stay with a narcissist? How can you stay? What is it every day that you wake up for and make a choice to stay in this situation that you're in? It's because you have never been put in a position to make a decision and make a choice and learn how to fail in it or how to pursue in it. Psychic hotlines and spirit mediums generate huge profits from people's fear of making decisions on their own. Can I also add in here prophets? Prophets also make a living on people who are afraid of making decisions on their own. And a variation on the same theme, some people dread leaving the military because they are terrified of the new choices they would face in civilian life. They have developed a comfort zone that equates contentment with being told what to do. Other people seek help from counselors or clergy, but then say to them in the effect, tell me what to do with my life. Could you imagine that? And don't we do it? Tell me what to do with my life. That's what a lot of people go to counselors for. I don't like that they ask me questions. I don't like that they make me think. I don't like that they beat around the bush. And when I ask a question, they ask me another question. Because they are not there to give you the answers to your life. They are there to get you to begin thinking about your life again, to take the power back that you gave up somewhere along the line, to put you back in control of the things that you really are responsible for in your life. That's why they're there. But yet these other groups generate huge profits from people who are afraid to make decisions on their own. Some dread leaving the military, some dread leaving prisons because they cannot live the disciplined life and the life that they have to make decisions with because they've never been taught how to do it. See what you have to be thankful for? See what you can be thankful for? That you don't have to live in a controlled environment, a cult, a prison, an abusive, narcissistic relationship, because you have to be around someone who can make the decisions for you because you've never been granted that. And if that is you, well, then I'm glad you're on here tonight, because after tonight, you're going to begin to, even if it takes you 5 minutes, you're going to begin to go back and challenge yourself and say, nope, I'm going to make a decision. And if my decision isn't received or liked, I'm not going to be destroyed by it. That is a part of the power to choose. And a variation on the same theme, some people dread leaving the military because they are terrified of the new choices they would face in civilian life. They have developed a comfort zone. They equate contentment with being told what to do. Other people seek help from counselors or clergy, but then say to them in effect, tell me what to do with my life and I will obey. And it will be no surprise to learn that lots of people look to marketers and advertisers to make their choices for them. From sunup to sundown, a job that those industries are more than happy to perform. What I am challenging you to do instead is take ownership of your own decision making. You've got a challenge here. What I'm challenging you to do is to take ownership of your own decision making. And with step 1, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. And acknowledging the most important choices that you've made so far in life is a crucial step towards positive change. Without this review, you will continue to make choices without any awareness of what is driving them or what you are setting yourself up for when you make the choice. This lack of awareness can only lead you still further from your authentic self, because it denies the priorities that you have within you. Without knowledge of what you are and the choices that have led you to a fictional world-defined parent or employer-defined existence, you are lost. By identifying your 7 critical choices and then understanding why you made them, that is, what needs drove those choices, and the results that led you to those in your life, you will gain important insight into who you have become in this life. You may find that many of your choices have had negative consequences, others have been positive. Your task now is to get them down on paper and distinguish one kind from the other. Prepare to get real and get honest with yourself about the choices that have led you to where you are right now. There is no room for victim thinking here. We are dealing with life's influences that we've made through the choices and decisions of choice. That is deep. We are done for tonight, and we're exactly at an hour. I hope y'all doing all right. I want my power back. Can't cope. You've got to think. Take control of your life. I have asked that before too. Yep. See, so many of us are good at behaving, but we're not good at making choices. And that's why a lot of people hide under religion. And people really go through when they get with apostles versus pastors. Because pastors are going to give you instructions. Teachers are going to give you instructions. Apostles and prophets are going to give you the word that you now have to walk out and fulfill. It's different. I need to take ownership of my own decisions. I see you, Okita06 on YouTube. Tell me what to do with my life. I see you. Elia, Cheryl Johnson. No longer letting life happen to me. This sounded like me when I was in my 20s. I agree. And I was here feeling bad. We couldn't do most of that. Very good, YouTubers. Thank you very much for sharing. Facebook, where y'all at? Jesus help. All right. Amen. Wait, I just got on. Laugh out loud. All right, Robert Wilson, you're forgiven. Kareem says, yes. Sylvia, I'm done for tonight. So emotional. This is for you then, lady. This is for you. And I promised you I'm on the journey with you. I'm not going to walk away. Periscope, I don't know if I lost y'all. Where y'all at? Fear of making choices. Scared of the outcome. Yep. Power to choose. We are good. All right. Looks like y'all fine. So I'll remind you of what your homework is for tonight. And then we're going to end. Your task now is to get these down on paper and to distinguish one kind from the other. Prepare to get real and get honest with yourself about the choices that have led you to where you are right now. There is no room for victim thinking. We are dealing with life influences that you made through the choices and decisions you chose. And then we'll deal tomorrow night starting with the challenge on page 138. The challenge on 138. If you have any questions, please inbox me. I'll be up to read. I'll be up to answer some of your questions. I really want to do, I'm going to set up a whole coaching package based on self. And I'm going to take all of the new clients through the authenticity, through the self-image, self-concept. I'm going to take them through the congruency test, the litmus test, the Lotus assessment, and we're going to deal with your defining moments. And then what was behind the defining moments that caused these defining moments to alter choices in your life, which birth fear, lack of love, low self-esteem, all of these great things. So I've got some great, awesome stuff planned up. I hope that you are ready to jump in with this. We're probably, let me see, we're going to deal with the challenge tomorrow. And yeah, we're going to be on the challenge for a couple of days. It looks like it's big. And then we'll start chapter 6, your pivotal people. But chapter 8 is going to blow us out of the water for real. We may end on chapter 8. We may not be able to finish this book because chapter 8, chapter 8 is going to blow us out of the water. Out of the water. So now that we've learned how to swim being online, now you're going to have to learn how to walk on water because that's exactly where we're going. So page 138 tomorrow night, the challenge. Thank y'all for being on here tonight. Email me with any questions, info@SuzanneMHoward.com, info, like information, @SuzanneMHoward.com, and you can visit the website, www.SuzanneHoward.com. We're dealing with this book that I just put on the screen now for Facebook. I don't have, I think I have it on my other pages. My apologies to you, but everyone on here pretty much knows, and if you don't know, you can ask someone because there are many people on here that know all about what we're working towards. Matter of fact, I'm getting it up on the screen for you right now on Periscope and on YouTube. But that's the book we're working with, and we're good. We finished what we needed to do for tonight. Please make sure that you get the work done. You are very welcome for another night of awesome teaching. Thank you as well, and good night. God bless you. Renee, I did see your email. I haven't had a chance to respond yet. If anyone wants to help me with responding. If you've been working these assessments and you know exactly how they're running, we can get together on this and deal with it together. Thank you very, very much. Let's see. We'll go ahead and do it. We're going to prophesy, speak our declaration. Are you all ready? 1, 2, 3. I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. God bless you and good night.